Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Guorgeous Thoughts, hosted by me, Soren. Sit with me for a moment, breathe, unclench your jaw, and let the noise of the day settle. Today, we're talking about something we all pretend we are good at, but secretly struggle with: getting over it. Relationships, work, friendships, expectations, the whole messy, complicated gallery of life. And I want you to hear this from me clearly. You are allowed to be done. You are allowed to move on. You are allowed to choose yourself. Let's start with relationships. Romantic ones. The ones that keep you up at night. The ones you replay like a movie you didn't even enjoy. Sometimes we don't fall in love with a person. We fall in love with their potential, the fantasy, the filtered version of who we wish they were. And then we punish ourselves when reality shows up uninvited. But darling, if someone is consistently giving you the bare minimum, stop applauding like they're offering the world. You cannot keep loving someone's maybe someday. You deserve right now. And if right now is hurting you more than healing you, get over it. Not out of bitterness, but out of self-respect and marriage or long-term partnership. Listen, growing apart is not failure. Staying in a place that shrinks your spirit, that is. Love isn't supposed to feel like a performance review. It isn't supposed to feel like you're negotiating for affection or begging for effort. People change. You change. And sometimes the bravest, most loving thing you can do is admit that what you had is no longer what you have. You don't have to stay in a life that feels too tight for the person you're becoming. If you've tried, truly tried, and your soul still feels borrowed or bruised, baby, it might be time to get over the idea of what marriage should be and start embracing what love can be. Now, friendships. Oh, the unspoken heartbreak of adulthood. Nobody prepares you for the day you realize some friends were only meant to walk with you for a season, not a lifetime. But we cling. We reminisce. We hold on to people who haven't checked on our hearts in months. Let me ask you this gently. When was the last time that friend truly showed up for you? Not out of convenience, not out of nostalgia, but out of genuine care. If the answer makes your chest feel heavy, it's okay. You're not obligated to maintain a connection that stopped connecting. Getting over it doesn't make you cold, it makes you honest. Some friendships expire. Let them work. Oh yes, we're going there. You are not your job. You are not your title. And you certainly are not the burnout you've mistaken for ambition. So many of us stay in roles that suffocate us because we're afraid to disappoint someone, our boss, our family, society's imaginary checklist. But tell me this, at the end of your life, do you want to say, I lived beautifully, or I stayed loyal to a company that would have replaced me in a week? If you wake up dreading the day, if your creativity has evaporated, if your joy has been replaced with obligation, you don't have to stay. Reinvention is not irresponsible. Reinvention is survival. Get over the fear of disappointing others and start focusing on not disappointing yourself. Expectations, both yours and the world's. Most of your stress comes from trying to fit into somebody else's timeline. Married by 30, kids by 32, property by 35, promotion by 28. Happiness by what, Thursday? It's all nonsense. Completely made up. You don't owe anyone a perfectly curated life. Take off the weight of expectations that aren't yours. Redesign your timeline. Rewrite your definitions. Remove the imaginary deadlines. You're not late, you're aligned. And now, the most personal part, getting over the belief that you are broken. Let me say this loud enough for the version of you that's still hurting to hear it. You are not a project to be fixed. You're not a set of flaws waiting for someone to come rescue you. You are whole, even in your healing. You're exhausted not because you're weak, but because you've spent years fighting battles you never deserved to carry, trying to prove yourself to people who couldn't see you, trying to earn love that should have been freely given, trying to be perfect in rooms that weren't even worthy of your presence. We're done with that. You are enough, more than enough. Get over the narrative that you are too flawed, too late, too unworthy. That story is expired. Now let's talk about letting go. Real letting go. The kind that doesn't require closure from anyone else. Some of you are waiting for apologies that will never arrive. Waiting for explanations that wouldn't heal you, even if they did. Waiting for someone to tell you, yes, you can move on. No, love. Closure isn't a conversation. It's a choice. You decide the chapter ends. You decide the suffering stops. You decide you are done rehearsing a version of your life you no longer want to live. Getting over it isn't always pretty. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's just a whisper in your soul that says, I deserve better than this. And you do. You deserve peace. You deserve joy that doesn't require justification. You deserve relationships that pour into you, work that excites you, friendships that feel mutual, expectations that feel human, and a life that feels like your own. Getting over it is not a loss, it's liberation. You are not walking away from your life, you're walking into it. So breathe, release, and rise. You're done carrying what wasn't yours to hold. You're done suffering in places that were never meant to keep you. Today, you're choosing yourself, and that is the most beautiful kind of over it there is. And I'm proud of you for it.